Marsha Q has returned, and thank you to one of my viewers who let me know I did not talk about my cruise, so I'm going to do that now. So we did go on a cruise in February to Dominican Republic and Grand Turk, and we were on the Carnival Sunshine. So there were good and bad things about the cruise, and I did post some pictures on Instagram. You can find me on Marsha Q on Instagram, so definitely take a look at there. I took pictures of mostly food because that was like some of the best parts of was the food, and some of the places we went I took pictures of that too, so just to give you a heads up. So the bad stuff mostly on our cruise was the food. The dining room food was like unseasoned, it wasn't very warm, and I know the long trip they have to make, so warm is great, but man, it just wasn't good. I mean, if it was seasoned better, maybe I wouldn't have minded so much. I was lukewarm, but it wasn't great. And then one of the places we paid for, the steakhouse, it was horrible service. It took us 2 hours to get through 3 courses because the service was crap. Our server took too long. Like, there were girls who brought us like the water and soda and stuff, and that took like no time at all, maybe 5 minutes. But we didn't even get our order taken for a good 20, and it was ridiculous. So even then, the food was not even that hot, and it should have been because it wasn't like they had to go anywhere. They were cooking it there. The chefs were right there cooking it in the restaurant, so it wasn't like they had to go anywhere. So that was ridiculous that it was so cold. Now, what saved them? Because the first night we went to the steakhouse, second night we went to the dining room, and I think the second and third night we went to the dining room, and it was crap all 3 times. And then we were like, we're going to go to the pay restaurants. We had no intentions of going to the other ones, but we did. JJ Fusion Cafe, and I think it was La Cucina, something like that. But maybe not because it was Italian, because I can't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, JJ Fusion was freaking awesome. Their food was amazing. And it's like 4 courses, and they serve it family style. So we had a party of 4, and it was $15 per person. Totally worth it. You could have spent way more if you were at a restaurant off the boat and had to, go here. You'd have paid way more. But it was delicious. And if you don't like something that the other people have, there's so much food on the other courses, you don't feel like you missed anything. So it was pretty awesome. And we wanted to eat there again. We were like, well, let's go to the other place just to see if it's good. And I had one of the best chicken parms I've ever had in my life. And I had calamari. And oh my God, they had this delicious garlic bread. And oh my, I can't even remember what the other girls ordered. No, one ordered fresh mozzarella. And oh, it was so good. So that was so worth it. That made us feel better, at least about the food. Our steward was a little hit or miss because he would say he was going to show up at a certain time, but sometimes he wasn't. It's just kind of weird, but that's like little things, no real big deal. The chef's table, which you pay $75 for, and it's you and a group of no more than I think 15, right, of people. And we didn't think we were going to get in because one of my best friends, Janine, she was going with me. Because we wanted to go. Nikki and Lee were like, we're not paying that $75. We're going to the, whatever. So we went, and unfortunately it was the same menu as the last time on a different boat that we were on. So it was kind of sad it was the same. And the food, again, was not hot. And it would have been great had it been hot, but, oh well. But it still was cool. It's still a great experience because you get to go into the boat and you walk around and you go into the kitchen and you watch them make like this chocolate molten cake, which is never my favorite. It looks like mushy cake to me, so it's not my thing, but it was cool to watch them make it. My only criticism was that floor is super slippery, and they have you walking through, and we're dressed up now, so you're in heels or whatever else, and you're walking through, and it is way too easy to slip and fall, or if you're kind of thick like me, you're hoping not to bump into anybody and get through, and everybody's super nice and everything, but you are kind of bringing the cooking area to a halt to some degree because they've got to maneuver around you and stop when we stop so we can get through. So that was the only thing that made me a little nervous, but it's not like you can wear shoes like, what do you call those, cleats like you wear for high school. That still won't help you because you still could possibly fall on that floor. So that was the only weird thing. And I swear to God, it was like we were with Trump Nation. And I know they thought me and Janine were together, that we were lesbians and shit. So that was even funnier because somebody was staring at me hardcore. But anyway, we still had a good time. Even though we had the menu before, it still was good. And so that's a shame. It was, we wish it would have been different, but minuscule things. Man, we still have a good time. We always have a great time when we're together because we make our own fun. We brought our own booze on board. I'm not going to tell you how, but we brought our own booze on board. So the only thing we needed was mixers. And like Janine was smart. She brought stuff with her. I forgot you can bring up to a 12 pack. I just didn't want to carry it. So I was like, I'll just forget about it. So you can take a 12 pack of soda with you. So I even have the flavored waters I like that have no sugar in them. I could have brought those, but I was slacking. But anyway, only thing you need, have them bring you a bucket of ice from room service and you're on your way. So that's normally what we do. The funny thing was, another somewhat bad thing for Janine, who was my roommate, her food from room service was crap. One time they put mayonnaise on a grilled cheese. Her pizza was half uncooked. Her wings, something happened to her wings. I can't remember what happened with her chicken, but that was just her. Every time I ordered room service, everything was perfect. Like, my pizza was fully cooked and delicious and perfect. You know, I had no problems with the wings. Everything I ordered came out super great. So, I don't know why. Every time she ordered, it just was not. But I digress. I was sad. Another good thing that did happen, in the casino, I found the slot machine, like the computer generated one. Not one of the old-fashioned pool ones, but like the computer. I got like $50. I mean, I normally pool start with 20. And I break it into, 4 5s, and after I get to $10, I stop playing and I pull a little ticket out and I put my next $5 in. So I've always gained every time. If I lose, then I lose. But I don't want to spend more than that 20. So after playing, I had $50 on top of the 20. So I was like, man, woo! I was going to spend that money, and I had a really good time. I was super happy that, I'd won my money, so it was awesome. And so that was cool. And Janine played poker and had fun taking those people money there. And so we make our own fun. And I like it that we don't have to always be together. Because, Janine will go do her own thing. Or sometimes I want to read or take a nap in the room. So I'll just stay in the room and hang out. And I don't have to have a balcony room because I'm rarely on the balcony. Like, I'm supposed to take my sister for her 50th birthday in December. If I can get my money for my car accident, I'm going to do that for her birthday. And me and another friend of ours will all go together and have a good time. And we don't have to have balcony, but for a special occasion, I'll definitely get a balcony room, because then you can have breakfast on the patio, have them bring it up to you, whatever. And it is kind of really nice to have the sun on your face and you're just outside and you can take beautiful video. It's just really nice. My first 2 cruises were all balcony, but they are a little more expensive. If you get an interior room like I did, which with no window or anything, it's so much cheaper and you can just pay a lot less. So that was exactly what I would recommend. So the 2 places we got off at, Grand Turk and Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, we just stayed in the area. We didn't even go out into the city because we were there. I didn't think we were long enough for there to go out anywhere. We were just like, there's no point. There's nothing we want to see here. So they went out to the beach for a little bit, but I'm like, I live in Florida. I see beaches all the time. No big deal. So I just stayed back here in the shade and just, read my Kindle and just really enjoyed it for a little bit until they came back. Went and got some shot glasses and found some vanilla, like a big little jar of vanilla. It was supposed to be from France, and I was like, hey, down with it. Me and Janine both got some, and it was really cool. And then the next day we went to Grand Turk. We actually did go into the city. It was only, I think, like $5 per person to go into the city, and man, it is a little bit scary where we were, the little area, and it was like, all right, good thing we're black. There's a lot of black people here, brownish people, and my friend Nikki and I were like, look for Wi-Fi, look for Wi-Fi. In both places, we looked for Wi-Fi. I swear, we were like, let's go find a Wi-Fi place, because on the boat, you've got nothing. I mean, you can get, for $5, you can get Facebook Messenger, like, or see Facebook, but you can't watch any videos or stream anything. You could only pretty much go to Messenger and see the posts. So it's worth it if you want to keep up with like who's with you and you have a large group. You can all on Messenger talk to each other that way. So that's a good tip for you guys. Definitely get that $5. Pay the $5 on the boat so you can get to that. And then we were in Dominican Republic. They all got drinks. I had been drinking too much from the night before, so I was like, no drinks today. And but they got drinks at Dominican Republic, and I was like, nah, I'll pass. But apparently they were good. They liked their drinks, and I didn't get any. The food I wanted, they had sold out for the day, which sucked ass. I was like all pouty, but I didn't get to try any of that stuff. But in Grand Turk, we didn't. No, we did. We got I got Jamaican meat patties, and they were really freaking good. And I think they were like maybe $2 or $3. It was super cheap. And then they gave us, you had to ask for the Wi-Fi password. It wasn't like as soon as you get there it comes on. Nope, you better ask for it and hope she remembers to give it to you. And she would like take your phone and put the code in, not give it to you, put the code in so that you have it on your phone, and whoever comes in has to buy something in order to get the Wi-Fi. So, and it was close. As soon as you left, it was like this house, like a 2-story house that they had that was a restaurant. And as soon as you left that house and went next door, that Wi-Fi was gone. So Nikki and I sat there, and everybody else was like, went shopping and stuff. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good about nothing else here. I've got my shot glasses. I'm good. So it was just cool. And then, you know, we found, thankfully the place where we picked up the van is right next to the restaurant, so made it super easy for us. And I mean, we just really had a good time. We had great weather. It wasn't super hot. February is like the perfect time to go. We went mid-February, so that was super awesome. And on the boat, oh man, I bought a watch. I love watches that look like a bracelet. So I bought another one of those. I need batteries for it now, so it's somewhere in my room. So, but I still love getting that. And my friend Janine got this beautiful kind of like shawl cover. And it had like butterflies, like a black butterfly stitched into the back. It's so pretty. Now, I wish I'd have gone down there with her and I could have bought one too, because I'm freezing everywhere. So I just bought myself like a leather jacket because I'm going to start taking it everywhere because I'm always cold. But that shawl would have been like perfect. I had to bought one, but yeah, you know, I forgot. I didn't go down there when she did, so I missed all of that. But and we were on the perfect floor. We were on the 7th floor, which was perfect because it wasn't super close to the band. We didn't really hear anything. It was awesome. I like to stay like 7, 8, 9. Anywhere above 7 is great. Remember, food is always normally going to be on the 9th or 10th floor. So if you want to be closest to the food and not have to run back and forth, those are your best bets. 3, 4, 5 are going to have your restaurants and your casino and your clubs. So those floors you kind of want to avoid because they're a little busy, heavy trafficked areas. People are drunk or talking loud. Just to give you a heads up on that. On Carnival, I can't talk about Royal because I don't do Royal. I did one, didn't like it, so don't go back on those. So there's, in a nutshell, that was the trip. It was great. It was uneventful. Nothing exciting happened. You know, there were some hot boys in the dining room who were dancing pretty damn fine. And if I could have gotten any of them to my room, I totally would have. But no, I couldn't get anybody to come to my room. Not even this cute DJ. I gave him he was flirting with me hardcore. I was trying to get him to come to my room, but you know, he didn't. Now, I know they're not supposed to, and they get in trouble if they do go to guest rooms, but I still wanted them to and tried hard. But next time I have to bring my own little candy with me if I want to have some fun, so maybe I didn't try hard enough or find a little secret spot to lure them to, but you know, anyway. So that was it on my trip to on Carnival's Sunshine. The next trip I hope to take is in December. Hopefully we're going to be on the breeze if I can get the money together so we can go for, I think it's 8 days, which will put me in the Gold Club. So hopefully the next time I talk about a cruise will be that one, or I'll go with my girls on a fun friend trip next year. But I'm supposed to be going to Korea. I had to push my Korea trip back to up to April, like May, maybe March, April, May, somewhere in there. So I don't know if I can do a cruise and then jump to go to Korea right after that, but we'll see. We're going to try. So I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on with there. Anyway, thank you again for all my subscribers and for those making comments. I appreciate you guys so much. I know that means you're watching. So next I'm probably going to talk about some K-pop stuff and some metal stuff I want to talk about too. Some different groups and everything I mentioned before. So it's probably going to take me a few days because I have to take care of my sister for a couple days. So I won't be back home to make videos until probably Saturday. So it'll probably be like 4 or 5 days before I make another one. But as always, thank you for watching me and hearing about my sometimes crazy, sometimes boring life. And if you notice, my thing is off my wrist. I'm not going to zoom in on that little ugly scar from my carpal tunnel, but it's kind of grody and it's keloiding on me right now. But whatever, it's getting better, and soon will I be able to do my right arm. It hurts a little to try to move and put pressure, but you know, it is what it is, right? So I'm going to sign off this time. Marsha Q saying bye. Love you.